Welcome back to the Film Posters YouTube channel. I am Sofia, and today I'm with my co-host Gabriela, and we're going to talk about the new horror film called Sound of Violence, which premiered in the South by Southwest Festival, and we were lucky enough to receive a screener. Sound of Violence is written and directed by Alex Neuer, and it's about a young girl recovers her hearing and gains genetic abilities during the brutal murder of her family. Finding solace in sound of bodily harm as an adult, she pursues a career in music, composing masterpieces through gruesome murders. And it stars Jasmine Savoy Brown, which, if you guys don't know, she's gonna appear in the new Scream film. Gabriela, what are your first reactions of this film?
Okay, so when we were approved to attend South by Southwest as press, Anna saw the premise for this film and she was instantly drawn to it. And I read it and I was like, of course she is. I mean, it's Anna. Like, what else did we expect of her? So we she requested the screener and we got it. And so she watched it and she told me, hey, you should watch it. And I trust Anna. I trust her with my life, and I trust her taste in films. So I just went, okay, why not? So that's one less film I have to watch during the week of the festival. And it's a good film. Like I'm not. It's a really good film. It's very well made. The performances were great. Everything about it was great. But oh my god, is it gory?
It is extremely gory because okay, so I read the premise and I was really drawn to it, but I didn't saw a trailer, I didn't saw pictures or anything. And oh my god, I wasn't expecting that there was a lot of gore. It's mostly body horror, and I gotta say, even though that is really gory, I was surprised because this movie was really creative when it comes to their body gore, and I was, what is this? This is people that are squeamish should not see this film. Definitely.
Like coming from me, I'm not. It's very hard for me to get squeamish in a film. I have a certain levels of tolerance, but obviously there's a line, and this film it crossed it at one point for me, and I got squeamish. So coming from me, someone who's used to it, can handle it very much. This film is definitely took it a little bit too far. But again, like that's kind of like the point of the film because it's about this girl who finds solace in gore and body harm, and so she does these horrible things that the violence in it goes with what the film is trying to say. So it's not violence without reason, it's what the film is trying to do. So again, I really like the film, and but it was just the gore, and by the time it finished I was so shaken up. I kept texting Anna like, what did I just watch? Like I need to watch some SpongeBob. I need to wind down. And I remember I kept telling her, you know what? Hannibal Lecter would take notes from this girl. I feel like this girl would be Hannibal's new Abigail Hobbs. He would take her in and train her to be like him.
No, definitely. When Gabriela told me Hannibal Lecter will definitely take her, I was like, you know what? I agree.
Yeah.
But now, the movie, I gotta say, the story, I found it really interesting because it's something I never heard. Like the premise of a girl finding solace in the sounds of people getting tortured. I was like, what is this? This is kind of crazy. But with the movie, it worked. It definitely worked, and I feel that obviously it's not for everyone. Not many people can enjoy this kind of film, especially body horror. But I found it very interesting, the premise. I was just generally entertained because I wanted to know, okay, what is this girl gonna do next? Because if you see the film, she is completely fine with what she's doing. There's no remorse or anything. You're like intrigued at why is she acting that way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, it just goes to show that she was just a psychopath. And there really was no need to go into that much depth into explaining her, because I think it was kind of obvious for the audience to realize that she was a psychopath.
Mhm.
So I think that there was no need to spend much time delving into that, because it was something that was pretty obvious, and I don't think it was necessary for the film to exactly be like she's a psychopath, because I feel like everyone watching this film is gonna know, like, yeah, pretty sure she's a psychopath. But yeah, I agree. It was mostly, to me, it was kind of like more of curiosity, like what is she gonna do next, because after you see like what she does, it's like, is she really gonna up her game and do something worse? And yeah, she just gets worse.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause other than the storyline is really interesting. I feel that they were more invested in scenes where she does what she does to find solace. Like I feel that that's where they mostly like focused on in the film. Because it is about that. It is about her finding peace where when she kills and tortures people.
Yeah. I really like how those scenes were made, because, there's she's like on the other side with her music equipment, and then like we see what's happening to the person and she doesn't see it. So it's kind of like you're here freaking out because you're like, "Oh my god, this poor person," and she's just vibing to music. Like, I found those scenes that they were very interesting, because she's very happy, just like doing her thing with her music, and meanwhile the audience is horrified because we're seeing what's happening to this person. And I don't know. It was kind of, I really like how those scenes were made, because then she would like take off her headphones or whatever she was wearing, and she would just look at it and be like, "Oh, great," and she would walk away.
No, because it's the thought of her walking out normally after she gently tortured someone. It's what's insane. It's what like drives you with the film because you just want to know about this like character psyche and where she's at in the moment.
But also the ending. I remember you had very mixed feelings about the ending.
Yeah, like I'm not going to spoil the territory, but I just feel that I just wanted more with the ending. Like I wanted more in depth of the character psyche after she did all what she did.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ending made sense in a way. Obviously, I was not expecting what she did. Like that. That I did not see coming. I was horrified when they revealed what she did at the end. But overall, the final scene of the film, I think it was very clear that this was, yeah, I can't get much into it because, again, I don't want to spoil it. But I think that what the final scene was trying to say is like, you think that maybe she's not going to pay for her crimes, and then the final scene of the film paints it a different way. I think that's kind of like what the film was trying to say, that it may not be like the ending that we want or the traditional ending, and they did something different. Yeah, it's very hard to say without getting into
Yeah,
spoilers, but
because
I liked it. I think that what the ending was going for was very clear to me. Would I have liked a much better resolution? Yeah, but to me it was very clear, and I didn't mind it.
yeah, because when I finished seeing the film, I wanted like the normal traditional ending was what happens to the character after she does all that. But after talking to you when you finish the film, it was like, okay, she got the ending that she deserves.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
was like, okay, like I could work with this. I could see why
Yeah.
this could be a perfect ending.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was a good one, because while we don't directly see the consequences, we kind of get a hint of what's to come. Overall, it's a good film. I liked it. I'm definitely still thinking about it, which I think that was the point. That's kind of like the film that's gonna stick with you for a while. I saw it at South by Southwest, and that was like over what, like 2 weeks ago from the time that we're filming this, and I'm still thinking about it. And I thought at one point I was over it from a certain scene that the gore was just too much, and then I remembered it like a few days ago, and I was like, oh gosh. But I did love her performance. She was amazing. I can't wait to see what she does next. She's going to be in Scream. So maybe she will be the new Scream Queen, which we would love to see it. Uh, Again, it's a really good film, but again, if you can't handle gore, then skip it. It's definitely not going to be for you. So be wary going into film, which hopefully will be picked up for distribution soon. And as soon as it is, we will for sure let you know when it will be available and where you can watch it.
Yeah, I do agree. This is definitely not a film for everyone. So those that are squeamish, be warned. And yes, it's one of those films that it just sticks to you after a couple of days because you're like, how did she did that? Like, how did she did that? Why did she do that? Because again, the parts that are highlighted, it was so creative that you're just like, how? How
Hannibal could never.
you just baffled in what you just saw in the film. But yeah, I hope it does get picked by distribution. And it'll be a very good pick for Shutter.
I right? It would be a good one for sure. Shutter. Hey, Shutter, if you're watching this, come on, pick it up.
And that is all for today. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. Now follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more content. Now remember, we're all film posers. Bye.
Bye.